Um, okay, what questions do you girls have about the your mom is sending me a message about chapter two. Let's see, chapter two of the writing textbook. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, okay, about the workbook. Is it about the workbook or the actual small book?
Yeah, this is small book. Yeah.
This one?
Mhm.
Okay, let me take a peek at that. Yeah, we can talk about that on Friday,
Okay.
chapter two. Elementary principles of composition.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What I think we probably should do, I didn't really want you girls to think about homework. Your mom kind of said not to do that this week, but we can for sure talk about it on Friday. I'm probably gonna have us do all of the reading here. If you girls want to read this, this is great. But at least here, at least that way, I can tell you which. And I've already selected specific exercises for you to be able to work on there. But I love the fact that you want to do the reading too, because I've had this book since I was your age or even younger. So, all right. So one of the things we're going to do today, I don't think I redid the slideshow. Let me double check here. Let me just go ahead and share. We'll jump right in. Um, okay. We've got the document right there. We're going to look at the double bubble map today, and I'm going to encourage you. The first thing we're going to do with that is we're using it to do all of our writing. We're using it to capture our ideas as simply as possible. And when you write, we're gonna aim for simplicity. I also know that you choose words for a reason, right? They capture your thoughts. They capture all of those conclusions you've come to, but you need to make that more explicit. I do too. We all do. Everybody in the world has this constant goal to make what's up here very clear to our reader and take them one step at a time. And so I'm very glad that you girls have just so much knowledge that you've absorbed and that you're thinking about. So I'm very thankful for that. Um, First thing I'd like us to do, let me stop sharing for a second because I'm still working on something here and I want to see if it's ready. Saved memory is full. How about that? Go ahead and reduce. Yeah, so what I'm doing right now is I'm finalizing some steps I want us to take today. And we're going to go back to the IVF and we're going to do some practice here. A little bit of maybe competing with yourself on this. So, ooh, what's happening with this? Okay, I've got my computer's kind of freezing up a little bit. That's okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'll show you this. Um, I like this actually. Give me a second here. Okay, open session document. And we're going to go with this. All right, we're going to say week two, session two. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so this is kind of a summary and looking forward. So we're going to build sentences step by step. Start small, then grow. Step one word per IVF part. So the subject, wind, for example, the verb blows, finished thought, leaves. Resulting sentence, the wind or wind blows leaves. Think, does this feel clear and complete? Probably not.
We got
Yes.
oh, I was typing my sister. 1 second.
Okay, that's fine. No worries. All right, resulting sentence, wind blows leaves. Step two words per IVF part. Okay, notice here, for I, you have the wind. V, blows, slowly blows. And F, brown leaves. Okay, so a resulting sentence is, let me blow this up a little bit. The wind slowly blows brown leaves. Do you see that where there's two words, two words, two words? Got that? Here's a question. Is it stronger? What words made it better? So one at a time. So yes or no? Let's go with Mayuri.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely yes. And what words for you made it better? Or word?
Um, a brown is like maybe like brown because because um it displays an adjective that shows like towards like the noun.
Yeah. And it doesn't, it allows you to visualize probably more.
Yeah,
Right? I mean, this is not the spring, is it?
like
What time of
using
year is this?
like imagery, like context, like in like novels or anything like that.
Yeah, good point. What time of year do you think this is?
Fall or autumn.
Yeah. Cushy. How about yourself?
I feel the sentence is more robust because it like kind of establishes the slowly blows part and then it kind of structurizes the verbs and then it gives the adjective for blows instead of just making it blows.
Yeah. And I think you meant adverb, right?
Yeah, but yeah,
So
the adverb is the adjective. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and then the adjective is brown.
yeah.
Um, okay. Step three words per IVF part, right? So now you got the cold wind. Looks like we added an adjective there. Violently blows away dry autumn leaves. Um, I could argue that probably the away probably belongs with dry, in the final part of the sentence there. Um, and to be honest with you, I don't really memorize grammar parts. I mean, I look at grammar when I need to, basically. So I would say that violently blows is pretty much the verb right there. It's the adverb and the verb right there. Um, oh, actually, away is actually an adverb as well, because an adverb answers the question right. When, how, um, where, all of those W questions, right? Um, dry autumn leaves. Okay. The resulting sentence, the cold wind violently blows away dry autumn leaves. Here. All right. Here's my question. Is it too much? Did every word help? Do you feel like any of these words could have been sacrificed? Or do you feel that every word has its place in this particular sentence?
Every like where it has like it's on like in its particular sentence.
What about that in a particular sentence?
Um, like it establishes like a more structured like sentence frame, like when they're more like like descriptive words like in the context.
Yeah, descriptive words here. Um, do you feel like if you were telling a story that every word counts?
Uh,
Like the cold tells you the temperature, right? So that's necessary. The wind is obviously necessary because we need to know what's blowing, right? Violently kind of tells us how it's blowing, right? Um, blows um, is the main verb, right? So I mean, we could actually come up with a different word for blows, but that's not my question. My question is every word here necessary, or is anything duplicated? Blows away, dry autumn leaves. So is anything duplicated? Feel free, both of you, to kind of chime in.
uh, every like word is this descriptive, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and Kushi, are any of these words like over like repetitive, right?
Yeah, you could have said that, but
Yeah, which word?
in the chat. But it's not really. I feel every word it does have its like um meaning
Okay, the
though.
frigid. Oh yeah, I like that. The frigid wind vigorously blows away arid autumn leaves. Yeah, and kind of like when you're writing poetry, you're going to need to really have like five different um, synonyms for different words because sometimes you need more than one syllable. Sometimes you need alliteration, correct? Right. Um, However, when we're writing informational writing, right, um, we need to be as concise as possible while at the same time not sacrificing how specific we're trying to be. But so are you, but are there, the question is, are there any words that are repeated or any words that are totally unnecessary?
Like well, like a win is like not necessarily like always like cold, but like maybe cold could be like removed from like the sentence because individuals already like perceive like the wind to be cold.
You're right. If the rest of the sentence tells us, right, autumn leaves, I think you're right. Um, I think in the purest sense, every
I
word
would
has its
yeah, I would
place,
like cold. Yeah.
and there aren't any words that are overdone. In other words, it's not the freezing cold wind, right? Although that could also add a layer of meaning. Like now it's even colder than I'm used to in California. It might be Canada cold, right? Which is really cold. So I guess my point here is every word has its place. And we started at the very beginning here. What we wanted to say was wind blows leaves. We have to start that way. All right. So now that you kind of see the progression here, if your sentence is hard to read aloud or confuses the reader, it probably needs revising. Um, all right. What I'd like you to do is swap one word for a stronger synonym. You can pick any word at all, and then break it. And you could, let me see. Yeah, I remember. I wanted to break it into two smaller sentences. Let's skip step two here. Let's skip that for now. Um, and then this is a real challenge right here, number three. So I want you to focus on number one. Just pick one word and replace it with another word. And you kind of did that already. Actually, Kushi, you did that. You used frigid. So what I'd like you to do is see if you can write this into two sentences. And Myri, you're going to rewrite this sentence, just changing one word. If you want to change two words, go for it.
For
But
like
they
the
should be,
strong wind. For which one?
yeah, for this one right here. Sorry.
Okay. Do I type it
Okay.
in the chat or
You can, or you can just speak it. So you're just going to focus on one word. Is that word going to be this word? Will it be that word? Will it be this word? You just have to change one word.
Um, like the Cohen, the Cohen's, maybe like combatively blows away dry autumn leaves.
The
Or
compelling, turbulent wind vigorously. Okay. So which of those? You got to make a choice here. So the turbulent or the compelling?
I feel turbulence better though.
Turbulent. Yeah, I agree. Wind blows vigorous. Wind
Compels.
vigorously blows.
Yeah. I said like the wind vigorously, or maybe like combatively
Oh,
blows. Instead of yeah, vigorously, I think that makes sense. Yeah, combatively. Yeah. Away
you're
like the
almost
dry.
talking. Yeah, you're almost talking
The,
about personification because personification is, you know what that is, right? Giving human
yeah,
qualities to
yeah,
inanimate
yeah, like
objects.
yeah,
Yeah, so
like
you could say, and I think that kind of violently is sort of a personification, if you will. Although somebody might say not really, because you don't have, it's not necessarily a human trait, right? There's forces of nature that are violent as well. So somebody might argue with that, but you could find a more human word for that. Um, okay, here's my challenge. I want to kind of pick on this word here, the compelling wind. Now I'm going to challenge you a little bit, if that's okay, just as a fun challenge. I want you to go to a dictionary online and ask and find out for me what the word compelling means.
I mean, I think it means very,
And
very forceful. I think it means forceful when you're compelling somebody. You're being very forceful or with urge. The literal meaning of compelling is evoking interest, attention, or admiration in a powerfully like irresistible way.
the compelling
Yeah,
wind.
it's like a very forceful or like very urgent, like an uttermost urgent. Like it means very, very forceful or I forgot what the other
People
word
like
is.
you usually use like the word compelling for like the novel was
Coerce.
significantly compelling that um
You can see
that
like the
like
it also kind of means like
not like really
coerce.
put down or something.
Like
Hmm.
coerce means forceful, like when you coerce somebody, but it's also like the dictionary for compelling, like an inanimate object, I
Yeah.
think.
I think compelling has more of a positive connotation to it. Coerce is almost like
It's a negative
forcing,
connotation. Yeah.
yeah, it's almost like blackmail in a way. Coerce means to trick into
Being
well,
like
let's look at
decisive.
actually let's do this. I'd like to look up the word coerce.
Isn't it like being like deceitful or something? I don't know.
Well, it
Mm.
means to force someone to do something they do not want to do by threatening them. So I wouldn't use the word coercive with wind because it brings up too many. Now, let me be very careful here. It depends on what kind of writing we're doing. I do a ton of poetry. I have a couple of poetry books out. When you're writing a poem, sometimes you use words purposely in ways that are not normal or customary in day-to-day communications, right? So we talk about informative writing, academic writing. You have to be a little more exact, and teachers sometimes will mark you up for having the wrong word. However, the same teacher the next day might ask you to write a poem about the wind blowing, right? And in that case, the teacher might look at the same word you use, coerced, the coercive wind blows, right? Or the wind blows coercively. But here's the thing, you got to be careful even with that because you have to really have a strong grasp of the word. What are you trying to picture? What kind of image are you trying to create? The problem I have with the word coerce is it's not very literal. It has to do with situations, right? That sometimes are not easy to show. It's not easy to show a picture of somebody being coercive, right?
Mm.
So it's more of a collection of actions that equals coerciveness, right? So it's one of those words that's very difficult to use even in a poem What do you think about what I just said right there? Do you agree with that? Disagree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. Yeah.
Right. So if you're going to use a word out of the ordinary, like compelling wind, you, I would say if it's informational, I would say change the word. If it's more of an imaginative piece of writing, I would I would love it. I think it's beautiful, actually. Um, but here's the thing: if you're going to use the word compelling and you're writing in a poem, you want to be consistent throughout the poem and use other words. And if I were writing the poem, because I write a ton of poems, you want to jot some notes down on a piece of paper and say, okay, how do I want this poem to go? I, I'm trying to personify the wind. What kind of person am I trying to personify? If I use the word compelling, am I personifying a preacher, a rabbi, a um, a guru? Because they tend to use those kinds of, they're more compelling, right? You would never be coerced by a guru or a rabbi or a priest or a pastor, right? I mean, you might, but generally speaking, they would be more positive. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Man, all this talking about words. I mean, that's what happens because words bring up concepts. Okay. So the compelling wind, my question to you, is that the right word here?
No.
Compelling means oh, let's look at the word compel. This is confusing. Compel. Sometimes I don't like this dictionary because it doesn't really define things. To force someone to do something, to make people have a particular feeling or attitude. I don't like this dictionary here. You know why? Because the word compel does not mean to force, in my opinion. So I'm going to
Um,
look up the Oxford Dictionary. To me, it's more positive of a situation. Compelling. All right, here we go.
I don't know if you're
Compel.
telling towards like a vital like necessity or a legal. Is it supposed to be like a positive connotation like that?
Yeah, what was the first thing you said though? After before
Like
positive.
like aspiring or compelling towards like a vital necessity or like a goal, like a dire necessity or like a goal.
it's like I think it's like an act of like it's like a boisterous act, I think. It's like a form of like if you compel somebody or if you if you like turbulently or compel, like that's what it means, I think. If you forcefully do something and be forcefully force somebody or coerce somebody to do with urge.
I I have to kind of say that I'm leaning a little more towards I first of all, that was a very uh, a very thorough explanation. I really appreciate that. Just some food for thought here as I look at this Oxford English Dictionary to urge irresistibly a person to do. What I like about this is irresistible. That doesn't necessarily mean in a bad way, right? We can talk because I always use this word to say that was very compelling. That was incredible. You made me want to go to that football game. That was very compelling, right? What did you force me? Is it something where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's making compelling me to go to a football game. I hate it. It's usually more of a okay, let's look. Uh
Like could it be like the turbulent will winds um and like primarily like say like it it compelled the conglomerates like my previous sentence I did.
compels the conglomerate of what?
Like a similar sentence like a like
I think it's also used for like maybe like a law like requires or obliges drivers to be compelled to have like to obtain like insurance or something, or public opinion compelled the politicians should like resign or something. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, it's almost like when you're compelled to do something, you want to do it, but it wasn't something that was originally your idea. Okay, I'm going to throw something out at you. I want you to tell me what you think about this, because I think in all my I think this is a perfect use of the word compel in this type of a sentence. The turbulent wind compels the dry leaves into a circle.
Like cumulative or cumulative or what? Wait.
Well, I'll say it again. The turbulent wind compels the leaves into a circle. So if in other words, the leaves are going into a circle by the turbulent wind. The turbulent wind is compelling them into a circle. It's almost like they're saying, okay, here we are, we're going to do it. Right?
Yeah.
You ever seen a dust demon?
Um, Sometimes, yeah.
So dust demons basically when the wind kind of picks up a bunch of leaves and they circle like that.
Also, like dust accumulates and then like lines or
Accumulates?
yeah, accumulates and then
Must be like that or some. I don't really know. Like I think that makes sense. I'm not really sure.
Okay. All right. All right, we can move on. Now that we set the stage, we're going to go back to the IVF and at least one instance. Let's just try one of these. I was going to have you guys do 5 or 6 because you're just so good. But I think I'm going to just do with one because we've been spending quite a bit of time just looking at words. What I'm trying to show you right now is that when you're doing this in writing, you want to be a little skeptical of yourself and your use of words and question it just a tad and just look up the dictionary definition and ask yourself, is this really the word I want to use? The compelling wind obliterated the edifice rigorously. Yeah.
Does it like
You,
mean
you
the
girls must. What's that?
is that the correct usage of the wording?
I'm having a real difficult time hearing. And again, it's not your fault. It's
Is it
Zoom.
the correct usage of words? Like the correct
Is it a
usage?
correct usage of words? Yeah. You want me to know? Let me tell you, the compelling wind, I would say typically is not um, the proper use for a thing like wind because it's usually a human thing. Because, like I said, if you're
That better?
personifying through this, go ahead.
Is that better? The turbulent wind obliterated the edifice rigorously.
Yes, that's more proper. Yeah. Um, even violent is fine. Um, the edifice. Now, do you want me to tell you what I think about the word edifice?
Yeah.
Okay. Words have connotations. Syllables have connotations. Generally, what you're going to learn from Strunk and White is to start with the simplest word. So, another word for edifice, you can tell me that.
Residences.
Residences, yes, but even more simple than that,
Monument, the monuments or something, or
monuments, the buildings. I was thinking the buildings. Even obliterated. Now, I want to be careful
Deteriorate.
here. What's that?
Deteriorates or degenerates.
No, deteriorates means something that happens over time, kind of on its own.
this makes sense. The turbulent wind diminished the residents rigorously. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Diminish. Diminish means to reduce something. But the wind here blows over. Like that's more specific to the point. What does the wind actually do to the buildings? What do you have in mind?
it like
Does it blow it?
it
Nothing. Buildings
obliterates
are more like
it like obliterates the constituents of like many things and it like turns them into remnants, I guess. It alters it into remnants.
Oh, so it topples over the buildings and
It kind of
everything is
like
a mess.
exterminate. It kind of exterminates the residents, I guess.
Are you saying that you're talking about a tornado that because in a tornado actually tornado like wind, right? Actually destroys. Is that what you mean? Destroys?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's hit this up. Great questions. I like your questions, by the way. Um, what we're gonna do now, um, let's go to the bottom here and start a fresh. Oh, here we go. No. All right, we're gonna pick this up right here. Oh, we're gonna pick all of this. Boom, boom, boom. All right, there we go. I'm gonna copy and paste that to the bottom here. All right, wonderful. Now what I'm gonna do is do that. Kushi, you have your writing space there. And then Meyer, you have your space right there. What? Oh, I don't like this. Um, delete 2 rows. Wonderful. Okay. This here is going to be, oh no, I don't like that. There we go. 1 word in each box. What happens when you're in a hurry? Okay. There we go. 2 words in each box. 3 words in each box. Okay. Hold on a second. So I'm going to give you a scenario here. All right, let's think about something that's happened in the news. You girls live in California, right? Um, think about the fires that happened. Okay, so let's make this all about the fires, or it could be the evacuation, anything to that. So give me 1 word here, and actually let me do this. Um, we're going to duplicate this. This is going to be Mayuri's. That's your whole section, and I'm going to copy and paste this for Kushi. All right, just take your section and then expand it. So sorry, only 1 word. Start with 1 word. So fire. Fire is your word because that's your subject. Mhm. Okay. Cushy, you're in the wrong section. You're in your sister section.
Oh,
I can see your cursor. There you go. So Cushy, you're gonna be no, Cushy, you're gonna be here at where this begins. I'm gonna make yours a different font, okay? So here, I'm gonna change your font color to bright blue. Okay. All right. And Myri, you're gonna be in the section where it's black. Hey, Cushy, you're in the wrong section.
Oh.
Yeah, go right here where it's purple. Right here. There you go. Okay, and Myra, you're gonna select your verb next. And do me a favor, try not to look on the internet or anywhere else and think of your verbs. Fire burns, fire destroys, fire, whatever word you want to use. If you're unsure, you can put houses, Malibu, Los Angeles, Pacific Palisades. You can use that as one word if you want. Los Angeles can be one word. Or you could just put house, houses, buildings, cars. Yeah, and Kushi on the bottom here. So let I may not have explained myself very well. Girls, take a moment to just listen for a second. So um take your one word examples and then expand it below where it says two words. So don't change your sentence, just add a word.
Oh.
So
Here?
Kushi, you're gonna stay with fire.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. Um, but now you have to make it
Copy
two
the
words
same
and two words.
Do I copy the same word and then just make it more here?
Yeah, put an adverb or an adjective or something. Put a modifier, something.
Okay.
You're progressively building these sentences. There you go. I like it.
Mm.
Okay, and then Myri, for your verb for the second box, you want to come up with another word here. So maybe an adverb. So you're going to answer the question how or when or why or where.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, right here, you want to add a word right there. And then here, you want to pick one of these two words here. And then you're going to do the three words. Oops. All right, I'm going to start to put some feedback here.
Wait, I had it right here.
Yeah, each box needs to have three words.
Um,
All right. And Myri, I'm going to put some feedback here within the boxes in parentheses. So I think Myri, up here you were saying dismantles and obliterates. That's 3 words right there. There you go. All right. So then just get rid of one of those verbs.
Okay, I'm done.
Significantly, I think. Substantially. Put ly at the end. There you go. Dismantles. And then choose one of these 2 words, residences or inhabitants. I'm not sure which one you want.
Which one is better?
What's that?
Which one is better?
Oh, which sounds better? Well, I
Yeah.
think let me read your sentence. Smoldering fire substantially dismantles. Well, you can't dismantle inhabitants. There's no, it doesn't make sense to dismantle inhabitants because you're talking about people. You don't dismantle people. So I would say residences because residences have different parts you can take apart. That's what it means to dismantle.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. Yes. There you go. Yeah. Okay. Here you can say dismantles and eradicates. That's 3 words. Um,
Okay.
okay. Now that's 4 words. See, this is tricky. This is meant to be kind of a challenge, right?
Like that?
That's fine. Um, I don't know okay, what do you mean by I know what colossal means. Prepossessing residences?
Or I can say, if you want, like I can say, um,
If you want to say prepossessive, I think she means alluring or attractive in
learn,
some
yeah.
alluring, yeah.
That's the word I
But
was like,
I don't,
I've never heard that word before. I learned a new word today.
yeah,
Very nice.
alluring or prepossessing are the same, but I whatever.
Oh, okay. Okay. You know what we're going to do next session? Not today. Next session, we're going to work at being more descriptive in our writing. And we're going to keep these beautiful sentences. We're going to come up with secondary versions of these, alternative versions, if you will. Okay.
okay.
This is amazing. Fomenting, or do you mean fomenting fire?
Oh, fomenting.
Tormented.
Yeah. Um, what was the word you said?
Foam. I think the word is
Oh yeah,
foment.
fomenting. That was the word.
Yeah, yeah. Fomented means let me see. I don't like this dictionary. That is the worst dictionary ever, the Longman. So foment means unrest, agitation, right? So it's an agitated fire. Nice job. I really like that. Fomenting fire. You know what would sound even cooler? Fomenting fires, perhaps? Ex
Yeah.
Now, I've never heard this word extirpates, pulverizes. Pulverizes, I'm familiar with, but you got to choose one of these two over here.
Which one should I do?
Well, let me find out what this word extirpates means.
It means like entirely destroy. Same word as like dictate.
Oh,
Eradicate?
eradicates, right?
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah, you're right. To
eradicate.
completely destroy. And I never doubt you girls. It's just a matter of like, that's the way I sound when I'm learning a new word. Like, really? It means that? So don't take it personally when I react that way. Um, I would say pulverizes is more proper.
Okay.
Yeah. But right up here, you want to choose one.
And on the bottom, you can say extirpates and polarizes.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to fix this now. You chose your word, but now you want to choose one and add a So add a modifier. So you want an adverb over here, perhaps.
Um, I
Can
have
I get
like
rid of X?
huh?
You want me to get rid of this one up here for you?
If you want. Uh,
Okay. I was just trying to help you out because I know you're
um,
busy, like all over the place now.
yeah.
Pulverizes.
Like it can be like igniting or flaming. I forgot what that word was.
Eliminating?
Yeah, flaming, yeah, or like, I,
What about completely pulverized? Like completely. Because if you put too many modifiers, pulverizes tells you so much already.
that one,
Yeah, entirely is fine. Yeah.
or like completely, or entirely, or oh
Okay,
wait, I
here
can
I
make
you
like
have two. Yeah, you have four words here, so you need to make this two words over here.
um,
Just do fomenting fire. I thought the above
Yeah.
one just happens to be fire.
Oh, here you need to take out fomenting. Is it okay if I take it out at the
yeah.
top?
Mhm.
Okay.
Is it
Yeah, you're
plural or
fine at the top
singular?
there.
Is it plural or did you want me to make it singular or plural or
It's up to you. You know what I think sounds better? It depends. If later on you say the fomenting fire, you could say here you could say fomenting fires, and it sounds like it doesn't need the article, right? Fomenting fires entirely pulverized. You would change that. Residence is indubitably. You know what's kind of funny? This word here, I was just thinking about this word the other day because my friend and I we joke around and use that word. I never knew what it meant. He kind of says it in English accent, certainly or without doubt, indubitably. I love that. Okay.
it means like without uncertainty, like inconsequentially means kind of like in order in a way.
No, it
Yeah.
means
It means like without uncertainty or like very dubiously, I think. Or like it's like kind of with like a lot of like agitation, a lot of like a lot of like you're really surprised in a way, I guess.
like it
Okay.
means oh yeah, the word unequivocally.
Wait, what?
Unequivocally.
Um,
Okay. Now, do me a favor.
Yeah, but you can't put two in the first.
You can only
oh,
use two words though.
uh,
Yeah, you,
um,
you gotta choose one or the other. Yeah.
which is better?
I would like you to keep indubitably
Okay.
because to me it has symbolic meaning just because I've joked with that word for so long and not really know what it meant until today. So I was gonna actually look that word up. Um, Here you need to add another word in the bottom. And then this is fine, this is fine. Oh, here the fomenting, agitating fire. That's four words. So um okay, it's still four words. The agitating, fomenting fire. How about the fomenting? Oh, I see, because you have fomenting fires. Fomenting angry fires, fomenting raging fires, fomenting red fires. I mean, there's a lot of modifiers you could use.
I was glitching actually.
Okay, Myri. So what do you think? What do you think for this right here? Myri, I see you kind of helping your sister out. Agitating, fomenting fires. There you go. I like what she did there. I like what you did, Kushi. Um, you need one more word over here.
Hey, what do I don't really wait, residence indubitably I can say residences
Okay, where are these residences? Are they in the country, the city,
yeah.
suburbs?
And Chicago, Illinois, like they were in the metropolitan city, I could say.
You could say metropol. Oh, no, no, you can't do that. So you can only use three words. You can put metropolitan residences indubitably,
Okay.
country residences indubitably, right? Yeah, right, right. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Let's take like a minute break here. We're almost out of time. But what I'd like you to do is learn to read your reading out loud. So I want each of you to read your sentences out loud, starting with this, and then go there, and then go here. And then say what you like about what you did. All right, go ahead, Myri.
The fire and fire dismantles residences, smoldering fire substantially dismantles colossal residences, smoldering incandescent fire dismantles and eradicates colossal preposing residences.
Sorry, and Kath, what?
Oh, do you want to like restart it?
Well, no, all I'm asking is what do you what do you like about the exercise or about your sentence?
Um, um,
What did you
the
add?
high academic uh, the
I
high
think
academic use
I think
like
it
use
kind of evokes academic language.
yeah, if I have like a high academic like um, word usage, or like it's significantly like descriptive.
Wait, you were academic or you were descriptive? I'm not catching what you're
No, it's
saying.
like
Sorry.
my sentence like evokes like a um a substantial like substantial like academic like word or descriptive usage. Like yeah.
Yeah, you became okay. What do you want me to tell you what I think about that?
Mm.
Yeah, it is very academic. Um, it's very specific. And I think both of you have a real gift for being descriptive. And as far as being descriptive, some of these words that you start out with are not as descriptive as they can be, like residences. What made it descriptive was adding that modifier and adding this modifier, because then I could see it. Um, so yes, it became more descriptive. But I'm going to show you next time that you can actually make a more descriptive word than this. It has to do with your word choice being more descriptive. You see the difference? You can be more descriptive by adding more modifiers. That's one way. Another way of being more descriptive can be the words themselves, if they are descriptive. Does that make sense? Okay, what's more descriptive, vehicle or bus?
Vehicle.
Vehicle?
What's more specific?
Um,
Well, the belt,
a
I
bus.
guess
Like
they
the bus is like
both,
maybe the bus because it's
yeah,
like displaying the
they
vehicle
both
maybe.
propose, the same, like, kind of,
Yeah, but
um,
like a bus is more descriptive because it's like it's
they
a
both
form
kind
of
of like propose the same
it's a
type
form
of
of a
like
form of
mechanism.
transportation. It's a form of a
Mechanism.
transportation or vehicle.
Yeah, they both propose the same mechanism, I guess, for like work, like, if you're like in a mechanic, like, but they're like, I guess they have the same meaning. Um,
Well,
The
here's my
bus is
thought.
like a form of transportation or vehicle, so it's more specified.
So, Cushy, here's my thought. A bus is a type of vehicle. So if I say vehicle, it's like me saying person versus boy. Boy is more descriptive than person, right? A boy is an example of a person. A bus is an example of a vehicle. But the one that's more descriptive is the one that's more specific, which is bus. So
Oh.
oftentimes the word that's more academic is less descriptive. It's more intellectual, but I would argue that we have to balance. We have to balance that. We have to have practice with both, right? There'll be times when you and I practice with more descriptive words, more simple words. There are going to be other times where we're going to need more academic words. And it really depends upon your audience, right? Is that helpful?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I want to point out when we say colossal. Um, anyway, um, residences as well is very academic. It's specific, but it's not as specific as if you were to say farmhouse or apartments, which are also an example of residences
The
or
farm, like
houses.
you like farm residents or
Well, what I'm saying is just like vehicle is very general and the bus is an example of a vehicle, residence is a general term, but house and apartments are examples of residences. But saying a house and saying an apartment is a little bit more descriptive and specific. Therefore, I would argue that saying house or apartment or farmhouse would be better. Why? Because it uses fewer words to get the point across. You could say the farm residences that people dwell in and they rent, but it's far too many words when all we have to say is the colossal farmhouses. Is that helpful?
yeah.
You girls have been amazing. You are so um, energetic and so smart. You have so many words. I don't meet many students who have more words than I have, and I have met them today. So good job of being excellent students and being good readers. Um, you girls are very observant. You probably remember almost everything you hear in school and read. So You're gonna you're gonna do great, and you are doing great. So keep it up. You've learned a lot, and you've worked your butt off. So congratulate yourself. Pat yourself on the back. I send your mom, tell your mom you've done an excellent job, especially after a long day at school. Proud of you both. All right. Take care. Really be proud of yourself.
Again.
It's not easy because I'm trying to teach you to kind of like you're giving, it's like you were making a dish, a beautiful cake. And here I am trying to make it like, get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of the icing. It doesn't feel right in the beginning, but later on, you're going to thank me and you're going to see why I did all these exercises this way. It's going to give you more power. Take care.
Bye.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Yeah, they really did well. And we're going to work on different types of writing, like descriptive writing, because that will allow us to use fewer words, be more specific, use fewer syllables, um, pay attention to the rhythm, the flow, the rhythm of sentences, varying the sentence structure, short, sweet sentences, 3 words long, followed by long sentences. And that's what's going to really engage our reader and be a lot of fun to write and to learn.